That's what happens when you go to take a shit in the morning and you're not paying attention in a cow field. Yesterday I misspoke and said this was the oldest oak tree in Virginia. I think it's the biggest, or second biggest. So it was size, not age, but it's estimated to be 300 years old. It's Wednesday, May 25th, day 68. I'm leaving camp. Hold on. It's 8:32 a.m., which is early-ish for me. I went to bed last night. I took these nighttime Advils that were given to me by a Trail Magic organization. I slept like a baby, and I feel pretty good this morning, except it rained. Everything's wet and damp again in my bag. So everything's wet and damp. Everything's full of cow shit and ticks. Some guy was getting picked up at a shuttle just before I made my way to camp yesterday. And somebody asked him what the weather was supposed to be like today, and he said it was supposed to be gorgeous. Well, I don't think that's happening. So I woke up at like 6:30 this morning in my tent, looking at the spiders in the rain, dreading getting up. And I hear a fucking camper or a hiker trudge through my area. And then he's like standing here. She is standing. I mean, literally, it sounded like right outside my tent flap, fucking rummaging through their food bag and rattling. And finally I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And they fucking slunk off. I like to catch the motherfucker up the trail who was doing that. I mean, like, come on. Right outside the tent, only person in camp. These are scattered all throughout this area here. I guess they're called cairns, C-A-I-R-N-S. I don't know if anybody knows why they're here. I would have guessed creative pasture clearing. Maybe the old Irish who roamed these hills had another thing in mind from their heritage of having all kinds of strange shit in Ireland. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's supposed to rain Well, it's been raining. It's supposed to rain right through Saturday. Heavy rains Friday. Of course, the forecast seems to change daily. And I do not want to be going up Dragon's Tooth and McAfee, the iconic scenes of the Appalachian Trail, not only through the dangerous and difficult rock climbing, but not being able to see once you get up there. So all of a sudden I'm dead in my tracks, wondering if I should just get off trail for 3 days and watch the Rangers hockey or sit in my hotel room. What's up, bud? It's a sign to get off the trail. It's a yearling. Jeez. Not too afraid, are you, bud? I'm gonna die, I think. Feet are wet and slippery. So I've been climbing these ledges for over a half hour now. They're on a slant, 45 degrees or so, and my feet are wet, and I'm picking up sand. And so I'm trying to, in some cases, stay on the downside, but I can't always avoid it. My feet are very slippery with the wet feet and the sand on them. And if it was pouring rain, or even just rain, other than mist and fog and wetness, this would be very slow and dangerous, which is why I am not going to take on Dragon's Tooth or McAfee's Knob in the next couple days and have myself get injured and not see the best sights, I'm told, in Virginia. So I have a shuttle waiting for me, sadly. I've already had a couple rivers I could barely cross. I wouldn't say they were dangerous at this point, but DoorDash says he's run into a couple situations north of me where crossing streams was downright dangerous because of the heavy rains and high water marks. So I've pretty much given up on the idea of completing the Appalachian Trail at this point. I've given up on the idea of catching any people that I've been hiking with. But I'm here, and I'm going to enjoy at least Dragon's Tooth and McAfee's Knob to the maximum extent practical without killing myself and without forcing myself, because it's supposed to be heavy rains, especially Friday, but rain tonight, tomorrow, and bad on Friday, but then clearing Saturday for a spell. And I may be taking a risk getting off trail. The clouds are clear, it'll be beautiful, and I'll get back on trail and it'll suck again. So therein lies my schedule and how far I'm going and where this ends for me. because at this point it's looking like I'm section hiking, and I'm okay with that, because you know, I'm not gonna sit around in hotel rooms for 2 months. Yeah, I know summer's coming and it's supposed to be it'll stop being so wet, but I'm not gonna hunker down in a shelter or a tent and just sit there waiting for the weather to clear while everything gets soaking wet and I get norovirus. So that's the story. Yep, I'm not hardcore, I confess. Like my 4th grade teacher said to my mom at a parent-teacher conference meeting, your son will always be average. Man, she was fucking spot on. I guess in that direction the water supposedly drains to the Mississippi and Gulf of Mexico. And in this direction to the James River or Jamestown River and the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know. This isn't the first mountain I've seen that one goes one way, one goes the other, so I ain't fucking buying it. My feet are absolutely killing me. I gotta go to Walgreens or CVS and get some insoles or something. I gotta try something. 10 miles in and I can't walk. This isn't gonna last long. First time I seen something besides rain and fog and mist in 4 days. Your protagonist Cuff Kuba's fading, guys. It's like my feet aren't even working anymore. I've forgotten what it's like to just have a natural gait. My feet are just slopping along uphill, downhill. They hurt. It's almost like I'm just not even stepping normally anymore. I just kind of like flicking my legs out like I've got what do you call it? What do you call it? Neuropathy. It's like I have neuropathy. The writing's on the wall. I haven't hiked with anybody in days. Well, yesterday for a little bit, just because we were passing. Fuck it. I don't think I'm going to make any more videos from the Appalachian Trail unless they're positive experiences. That'll save me on battery, memory, time, and effort. I'm almost to Virginia 621. There's another saying on the trail that drives me a little batty. Never quit on a bad day. That's what they were trying to tell that guy yesterday who was besides himself. I said, they're all bad days. It's a trap. Now I get the joke. Was it a joke? Or did they really mean it? Was it always intended to be sarcastic like that? I'm not sarcastic, but I don't know the word for it. Alright. So no more videos unless it's positive experiences. So see you on the flight home. Here's a positive story. Yesterday I was crossing a road and a trail angel, well, she wasn't necessarily a trail angel, she was offering rides. Well, she wasn't offering rides. She happened to be giving someone a ride who must have waved his hands up in the air or hitchhiked or whatever. And then she offered me a ride as well. And I was like, no, I'm not going that way. That's so on and so forth. And she asked me how the trail was going, and you know, I was honest with her. And she gave me the old story of how it changes you, and it was a beautiful story. Beautiful story. How it changes people, and you never forget it the rest of your life. And you know, it changed her so much. She's acting as a trail angel and giving out rides and telling the story of how she did the Appalachian Trail to everybody she meets. That's what I aspire to. Maybe it'll change me too. Maybe I'll be that phenomenal someday. Damn. I don't know if I can rise to that level. So I know you guys are bored with hotel videos, but the Comfort Inn is really nice. Very clean. I soaked my feet in the pool. I dried out all my stuff. I put it all away. Thinking about slack packing tomorrow. I just got an invite to slack pack, which I've never done, so I feel like that's cheating, but I'm gonna go to Cracker Barrel. You know, the best thing about a really positive and interesting thing to say about this place is everything is a really nice far walk from here to get supplies and stuff. So that's really cool, because then I can really stay in shape and walk a lot. Never thought I'd say this, but I just ate at Cracker Barrel and it wasn't horrible.